My wife asked to use my phone for 5 minutes. The SNC process revealed she'd been cheating for 6 months. 5 minutes. That's all the time it takes for your entire world to collapse when the truth has been hiding just beneath the surface of your daily life. When your spouse asks to borrow your phone for a few minutes to handle what seems like a routine task, you hand it over without hesitation because that's what trust looks like in a marriage. But when those 5 minutes become the window that exposes 6 months of systematic deception, you realize that the person you've been sharing your life with has been living a completely different reality than the one you thought you were both inhabiting. Modern technology has created unprecedented opportunities for both connection and deception. Cloud syncing, automatic backups, and seamless device integration were designed to make our digital lives more convenient and accessible. But these same features that allow us to access our information anywhere, anytime, also create digital trails that can expose secrets that were never meant to be discovered. When someone is conducting a secret relationship through digital communication, their devices become time bombs that can detonate at the most unexpected moments. I'm Ryan, 30 years old, and I work as a marketing coordinator for a tech startup in Portland. My wife Amanda and I have been married for 4 years, together for 6. She's 28 and works as a physical therapist at a sports medicine clinic. We own a cozy craftsman-style house, have 2 cats named Charlie and Mia, and what I believed was a solid, honest marriage built on shared interests, financial responsibility, and genuine affection for each other. Amanda and I had always been open about our digital lives. We knew each other's passwords, shared streaming accounts, and occasionally used each other's devices when one of ours was charging or unavailable. There had never been any secrecy or suspicion between us about phones, computers, or social media because our relationship was built on transparency and mutual trust. Over the past couple of months, I had noticed that Amanda seemed to be more energetic and excited about life in general. She'd started working out more regularly, had been more interested in trying new restaurants and activities, and seemed to have a generally more positive outlook than usual. She'd always been an upbeat person, but there was an extra enthusiasm in her demeanor that I attributed to her job going well and some personal fitness goals she'd been working toward. "You seem really happy lately," I'd mentioned to Amanda a few weeks earlier while we were making breakfast together. "The new workout routine must be really agreeing with you." "Yeah, I feel great," she'd replied with a bright smile. "I think I'm just in a really good place right now with work and everything else." Last Saturday afternoon, Amanda was getting ready to leave for what she said was a continuing education workshop for physical therapists. She'd been attending these professional development sessions regularly over the past few months, usually on weekends, to maintain her certification and learn about new treatment techniques. "My phone is acting weird," Amanda said as she was gathering her things. "It keeps freezing and the battery is draining really fast. Can I use your phone to make sure I have the address for the workshop and to let them know I'm on my way?" I handed her my iPhone without any thought or concern. Amanda had used my phone many times before, and I'd used hers just as often. We'd never had any issues with sharing devices because neither of us had anything to hide from the other. "I'll just need it for like 5 minutes," Amanda said as she took my phone. "I need to check my email for the workshop details and send a quick text to let the organizer know I'm running a few minutes behind." Amanda took my phone into the bedroom to gather her things while checking her messages. I continued watching television in the living room, expecting her to return my phone and leave for her workshop within a few minutes. About 3 minutes later, I heard Amanda's voice from the bedroom, and she sounded upset or frustrated about something. "Shit," she said, loud enough for me to hear from the living room. "Everything okay?" I called out. "Yeah, just having trouble with the login," she replied, but her voice had a strained quality that seemed disproportionate to a simple technical issue. A minute later, Amanda came back into the living room holding my phone, but instead of handing it back to me, she was staring at the screen with what looked like panic on her face. "Ryan," she said, her voice barely above a whisper, "I need to talk to you about something." The change in her demeanor was immediate and dramatic. She'd gone from casual Saturday afternoon routine to obvious distress in the span of 5 minutes. She sat down on the couch next to me, still holding my phone, clearly struggling to find words. "What's wrong?" I asked, genuinely concerned that something had happened with her work or family. "When I logged into my accounts on your phone," Amanda began, "my messages started syncing automatically. Some things appeared that I need to explain to you." My stomach immediately dropped. The way Amanda was speaking, combined with her obvious distress and the fact that she was still clutching my phone, made it clear that whatever had synced to my device was something she hadn't wanted me to see. "What kind of things?" I asked, though I was starting to suspect that I didn't want to know the answer. "Messages from someone I've been talking to," Amanda said, unable to make eye contact with me. "Someone I've become close to over the past few months." "Close how?" I asked, though the sick feeling in my stomach was already telling me everything I needed to know. Amanda handed me my phone, and I could see that her messaging apps were open open with several conversation threads visible. The most recent thread was with someone named Jordan and contained messages that were clearly intimate in nature. "I can't wait to see you this afternoon," read the most recent message from Jordan. "Me too," Amanda had replied. "I've been thinking about last weekend all week." "You're incredible," Jordan had written back. "I'm so lucky to have found you." I stared at my phone screen, reading text messages between my wife and someone else that revealed a relationship I'd had no idea existed. Amanda sat beside me crying as I scrolled through days of intimate communications that had automatically synced to my device when she'd logged into her accounts. "How long?" I asked, still looking at the messages rather than at Amanda. "6 months," she whispered. "It started when Jordan joined the clinic as a new physical therapist. We were assigned to work together on some patient cases, and we just connected in ways I hadn't expected." I continued scrolling through the message history that had appeared on my phone. What I found was a comprehensive record of a relationship that had clearly evolved from professional collaboration to personal friendship to romantic involvement. Amanda had been meeting Jordan regularly, expressing deep feelings, and conducting what appeared to be a complete emotional and physical relationship parallel to our marriage. "I love spending time with you," Amanda had written in a message from 2 weeks earlier. "You make me feel alive in ways I'd forgotten were possible." "I love you too," Jordan had replied. "Being with you is the best part of my day." The messages also revealed that Amanda's continuing education workshops had actually been cover stories for spending time with Jordan. They'd been meeting at hotels, restaurants, and other locations while Amanda told me she was attending professional development sessions. "The workshop this afternoon isn't real, is it?" I asked, though I already knew the answer. "No," Amanda admitted. "I was going to meet Jordan. We had plans to spend the afternoon together." The conversation that followed was the most difficult of our marriage. Amanda explained that her relationship with Jordan had developed gradually over the 6 months they'd been working together, but she'd been unable or unwilling to address her feelings appropriately by either ending the inappropriate relationship or discussing her concerns about our marriage with me. "I didn't plan for it to happen," Amanda said through tears. "Jordan and I just had this immediate connection that felt different from anything I'd experienced before. The feelings developed naturally, and I didn't know how to handle them." "By lying to me about workshops and conducting a secret relationship?" I asked. "That was your solution for handling your feelings?" The text messages that had synced to my phone showed that Amanda and Jordan had been discussing the complications of their situation and the possibility of Amanda leaving our marriage. Their relationship had progressed far beyond casual meetings or workplace friendship. They were in love with each other and were considering a future together. "Have you thought about what we talked about?" Jordan had written the previous week. "About you making a decision about your marriage? I think about it every day," Amanda had replied. "I just don't know how to navigate this situation without hurting everyone involved." "I hate that you have to go home to someone else," Jordan had written back. "You deserve to be with someone who makes you as happy as you make me." Over the following hours, I read through months of intimate communications between Amanda and Jordan that had automatically downloaded to my device. They'd been sharing personal details about their daily lives, expressing love and desire for each other, and making plans for secret meetings while Amanda maintained the pretense of being a committed, faithful wife. The most painful messages were the ones where Amanda had discussed our marriage with Jordan and described feeling trapped in a relationship that had become routine and predictable. She'd been sharing intimate details about our personal life with her lover and comparing our marriage unfavorably to the excitement and passion of her secret relationship. "Ryan is a good person," Amanda had written, "but our relationship feels like we're just going through the motions. With you, I feel passionate and desired in ways that remind me who I used to be before I got married. You shouldn't have to settle for just going through the motions," Jordan had replied. "You deserve to feel that passion every day." The realization that Amanda had been using our marriage as a point of comparison to justify her affair was almost more painful than discovering the affair itself. She'd been treating our relationship like a baseline of acceptability while seeking excitement and fulfillment through a secret relationship that she'd been prioritizing over our marriage. When I asked Amanda whether she wanted to try to save our marriage or pursue her relationship with Jordan, she initially claimed that seeing her messages exposed had made her realize how much she'd risked and that she wanted to end the affair and work on rebuilding our relationship. "I never wanted you to find out this way," she said. "I never wanted you to get hurt, and I certainly never wanted to lose our marriage over this." But the text messages I'd read showed that Amanda had been actively planning to leave our marriage and that her distress was more about being caught than about genuinely wanting to recommit to our relationship. "Reading your messages to Jordan about making a decision about our marriage," I said, "it's clear that you've already decided what you want. You've been planning to leave me for Jordan, not figuring out how to strengthen our marriage." We attempted marriage counseling, but the sessions revealed that Amanda's affair had been facilitated by her fundamental dissatisfaction with what she perceived as the predictable nature of our relationship. Instead of discussing these concerns with me or working together to address problems in our marriage, she'd sought excitement and validation through a secret relationship that had become more important to her than our marriage. "I felt like we'd become comfortable but not passionate," Amanda said during counseling. "Meeting Jordan reminded me what it felt like to have someone be genuinely excited about spending time with me and getting to know me as a person." The counselor helped us understand that long-term relationships require ongoing unwavering effort to maintain excitement and connection, but that conducting a secret affair while remaining married represents a fundamental breach of trust that's extremely difficult to repair, especially when the affair has progressed to the point of discussing ending the marriage. Despite weeks of counseling sessions, I couldn't rebuild trust with someone who'd been systematically deceiving me for 6 months while conducting an intimate relationship with another person. The text messages had shown not just the affair itself, but Amanda's willingness to lie about her activities, use professional obligations as cover for personal betrayal, and prioritize her secret relationship over our marriage while maintaining daily pretense of commitment. We separated 2 months later. Amanda moved out and, according to mutual friends, moved in with Jordan shortly afterward. Our divorce was finalized 4 months later. The experience taught me that the most devastating betrayals can be exposed through the most routine requests for help. Amanda's need to use my phone for 5 minutes had seemed like the most ordinary thing in the world, but the automatic syncing process revealed 6 months of systematic deception that had been hidden behind claims of professional development and career advancement. Looking back, I realized that Amanda's increased energy and enthusiasm during her affair, combined with her regular weekend workshops, were signs that something significant was happening in her life that didn't involve our marriage. But because I trusted her completely and her explanations seemed professionally reasonable, I interpreted these changes as evidence of personal growth rather than evidence of a secret relationship. I'm in a relationship now with someone who values transparency about professional relationships and doesn't use career obligations as cover for personal activities. We've discussed the importance of addressing relationship concerns directly rather than seeking fulfillment outside our partnership, and we've established clear boundaries about workplace friendships and professional interactions. The most important lesson I learned is that modern technology creates both opportunities for deception and mechanisms for accidentally exposing that deception. Cloud syncing and automatic backups are designed to make our digital lives more convenient, but they also create comprehensive records of our communications and relationships that can be accessed from any device where we log into our accounts. That Saturday afternoon when Amanda asked to use my phone for 5 minutes taught me that sometimes the most life-changing discoveries happen during the most mundane moments. The 5-minute favor I'd agreed to without hesitation became the window that revealed 6 months of lies and betrayal that had been hidden behind professional explanations and weekend workshops. The sync process that exposed Amanda's affair was an accident, but it revealed a truth that would have continued indefinitely if technology hadn't inadvertently created a moment of transparency in a relationship that had been built on systematic deception for half a year. Those 5 minutes changed everything about my understanding of my marriage, my wife, and my own ability to recognize when someone I trusted completely was living a double life.